Hello everybody, today I am doing a map tour of Sedona, Arizona, and basically what I'm doing is I'm putting up a map and I'm taking my little cursor and pointing out areas of Sedona that have nice houses and places that people live, and it's not a travel video, but it's kind of an experiment. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but wasn't able to figure out how to do the screen capture portion of it, but I think I have it figured out. I also want to apologize because I'm not in my normal studio, and while I was recording this, I shared the space with the dogs, and a couple times they had their squeaky toy or got into their water bowl, so I apologize for the background noise. It's really early on in the video, so I'm going to try to edit it out. I can't guarantee I'll be able to do that. So again, map tour of Sedona, Arizona, and I hope you enjoy it. So today I'm doing a map video of Sedona, Arizona, and I'm not doing a travel video. I'm doing a map of kind of the neighborhoods so that you can get an idea if you're thinking of moving to Sedona, retiring Sedona, or getting a second home in Sedona. I want you to kind of have an idea of the neighborhoods, although I will point out some of the main tourist attraction while we're going through the map. So let's get started here. First, I want to let you know I've got a map up of Arizona so you can see at a high level. Here's the Arizona map. Phoenix is here, and if you are going to Sedona, you're going to go from Phoenix or Tucson. Say you will go north on Interstate 17, and you will travel up, and there will be the exit for the 179, which will bring you into Sedona. And if you keep going, you're going to get to Flagstaff. So I have that high level map, but let's kind of zoom in a little bit. So say you're here at the exit to take you to Sedona. The 179, I think it's exit 298. You're going to first go towards the village of Oak Creek, and at this point you will be going, they call this the Red Rock Scenic Byway, which is nice, and then this is where you're first going to start seeing the views of the Red Rocks. It's a little bit obstructed down here, and now you're rolling into town, getting into the village of Oak Creek. Now, if you're not paying attention, in about 5 minutes, you could breeze past village of Oak Creek and miss it. So as you are rolling into town, when we're talking neighborhoods, as this neighborhood on the right, as you're getting towards the first major roundabout, there are some homes on acreage where you might be able to get horse property. I remember showing once a home in here that was on 10 acres, and it was kind of a little mini horse ranch. Same thing on the other side. There'll be homes, as you're rolling into town that have acreage, and you could have a horse or two depending on the size of the property and how it's set up. But as you're going into town right here, and I'm sorry, these booking.com ads keep popping up and getting in my way, but you'll get the first area is the Las Pedras neighborhood, which is very nice. There'll be townhomes and there'll be some single family homes in here, and they will have good views of the Red Rocks, the Bell Rock, good Courthouse Butte from some of the homes. Same thing on this other side. So on this side you've got Las Pedras, and on the other side you've got the Hilton golf course, and you'll have some nice homes in here on the golf course that have good views. So now as you're getting, and let me just for a second change it to the satellite view so you can get a little idea of what the terrain looks like, but it's really easier for me to show you when the map is this way. So here's the first major, get out of here, roundabout, where if you go to the left, you will take Verde Valley School Road, and it will keep going, and then eventually it will dead end. Now on the other direction, you'll take Jack's Canyon Road, and again, you're either going to go towards the left into the neighborhood over here, which is a beautiful neighborhood, or you'll keep going and eventually make it out to Pine Valley, which is another area where you have homes on acreage where you could have a horse out on this direction, and this also does eventually dead end. So those are the two options that you have. You'll have some businesses in here. Now there's a couple of restaurants. There's Lisa Doll's 2 restaurants, the Butterfly Burger and the Pizza Lisa. There were stores in here that have, closed down the Tuesday morning. Now on this side, you will have Clark's Market, which is our only grocery store in the village of Oak Creek, and a few businesses over here. Now in this area, you're going to have some condominiums and townhomes. And same thing over here on Canyon Diablo, there's a couple of condominiums and townhomes. So it's kind of a high level area or description of the neighborhoods. Now over in here, as you first take Jack's Canyon Road out, this is probably the lowest price neighborhood in all of Sedona for single family homes, because there's several old mobile homes and manufactured homes affixed to land over in this neighborhood, kind of mixed in with single family homes. You might be able to, and again, a manufactured home on land in Sedona can cost you $400,000, which is about what they would be in here, but maybe it's a good way for you to get into Sedona. Also some good investment properties. We're very short on long-term rentals, so there's a possibility of homes being used for long-term rentals in here. Now, actually, I live over in this area where I call this the working class neighborhood, or the neighborhood where people, maybe some younger people live that live in this area, and there are also some retirees, but there's not as many of the big vacation rentals. You can't do vacation rental in VOC anyhow, so the working class neighborhood, but all the neighborhoods in here have some very nice homes on this side of the 179. Now on the other side of the 179, now you're going out towards the golf course. So like say here's Verde Valley School Road. If I go in a little closer, you'll see the Oak Creek Country Club, where is a big golf course in here. So again, if you live on Fairway Oaks, or actually at one point I lived on Chaparral, or over here, you could have a house that backs up to the golf course. But even if you don't, there's a lot of very nice homes in this entire area. Nice homes here, nice homes all out in here. Now, if you're headed up the 179 and you're just driving through Village of Oak Creek, there are going to be some businesses. There's the pizzeria. There is the Village Vet. This is a great veterinarian place where you can board your animals also. There's the Element. There's the Cold Grill up here, Ace Hardware. There's a little shopping center in here, Humane Society thrift store. So there's all sorts of stuff in the Village of Oak Creek that you could stop on your way through, or you could stay in one of the hotels. So as you have blown through Village of Oak Creek, you have passed now the Circle K, say. This is your last chance to get gas. Here is where you have the parking lot for the Bell Rock Trailhead, and then as you can see, there's all sorts of trailheads that are coming off this location. Also on the other side, all sorts of trailheads. Over here, there's going to be Bell Rock, there's going to be Courthouse Butte. Beautiful place to explore. Again, if you go up, there's the other side of the Bell Rock Trailhead. The trail actually does go all the way around. It's very nice and a moderate hike, so that might be a place that you can. I wonder if I put this to satellite view, if you can see anything. So here's the Bell Rock here, Courthouse view from a satellite perspective. Again, all sorts of trails in here, all sorts of trails here. You've passed the neighborhood, so you can see these are all homes over on this side and on this side, and this is how I was saying there's the golf course that runs through here. So a lot of these homes are surrounding the golf course, or like right nestled up against the mountain. More neighborhoods over here, more neighborhoods over here if you're thinking of buying a place in Sedona. And I am a realtor and I live in Sedona. Sedona is my primary area, so if you ever have a question about real estate in Sedona, please feel free to contact me. Because I love to talk real estate, and my contact information is always in the description below. So now I'm going to take you as if you're driving up the 179, because the next area where you'll see a group of homes is going to be towards the Chapel of the Holy Cross. So the chapel is over here, and it's a beautiful, but there's all sorts of nice homes in this area and on the other side. Beautiful homes, multi-million-dollar homes. It would be hard for you to find a home under $1 million in the area. Part of it is just because they're beautiful homes. Part of it is it's the coveted Chapel of the Holy Cross area, which is one of the most amazing architectural structures in Arizona, and it's also a mini vortex and a very holy area. So on the other side, some of these homes are also, multi-million dollars. They might have a good view of Cathedral Rock. Cathedral Rock, of course, is one of the most famous landmarks in Sedona. So homes in here, let me change it to the satellite view. Chapel is over here. Again, all these beautiful neighborhoods over here. Now, another reason that the houses are at a premium is because a lot of these neighborhoods allow short-term rentals. Now, if you go a little bit higher, Mystic Hills, they don't. There's an HOA that restricts them, but near the chapel, this area, and then there's a bunch of churches. There's the Episcopal Church, there is the Methodist Church, there is the temple, the Jewish temple. The name is escaping me. But beautiful area, beautiful churches. If you can check that out. Of course, hiking is everywhere. Let me take you back now to the street view. Again, Mystic Hills, another neighborhood that I say is beautiful. It really is. Great views, beautiful neighborhoods. But now as you're going up north on the 179. You're going to go on the left. There's going to be the Paco Diablo, which has got a great tennis court, a resort, hotel. Very nice in here. And then as you are starting to go up in here, now you're getting to the area where if you're here in the tourist season, traffic is going to start backing up right in here, and you are getting close. Now starting to see some galleries to the right. Over here, there's a campground. These neighborhoods are actually quite beautiful in here, but what you have to worry about in these particular neighborhoods is they're close to the creek, and so some of them might be in a flood zone. Last spring we had heavy rainfall, and some of these homes had to be evacuated. So just something to keep in mind, but very beautiful homes, and you might have something close to the creek. Now, as you're going north on the 179, now you're getting to Tlaquepaque, which is a very heavy tourist travel shopping area with restaurants. Actually, it's a very nice area, but if you're traveling in the high tourist section or season, there's going to be a lot of traffic in this area. It's probably going to stop, get clogged up all the way to what we call the Y. And then it's going to go up actually both directions, but especially towards uptown. So let me get you again a little close. Here's Tlaquepaque. Now you're going to have some galleries over in here, some shopping over in here, some shopping over in here, of course, and some homes sprinkled in back here. And then here's the Y. Oh, another thing is right over in here. This is probably the nicest campground in Sedona, the Rancho Sedona. It's over by Schnebly Hill Road, a beautiful camping area if you want to go camping. So here's the Y, what we call the Y, basically. You can see if you go towards the right, now you're going to uptown. Now here, uptown is where all of the main tourist activity is. Well, a lot of the main tourists. So right here, very congested, and that's a problem. You've got some beautiful homes back in here, but it's in the heavy tourist area, so you might have a hard time getting to your home if you live back here. But a beautiful area. A lot of these will not restrict the short-term rentals, so again, prices are very high back in here. Now if you keep going, hate those pop-up ads, but if you keep going, you're going to eventually get to Slide Rock State Park. And then as you go further towards Flagstaff, there'll be places you could park and go wade in the creek. My kids love to do that. And then eventually State Route 89A will take you all the way to Flagstaff. But again, this is a lot of touristy stuff in here, some beautiful homes, but it's going to be a very congested area. So now we're going back to the Y. Back over here, there's going to be another Hyatt, a bunch of resorts. The post office will be over this way. And then if you want to go this direction, you're going to go west. You're going to get through West Sedona. Yeah, I don't know if this helps, but here you have, again, neighborhoods back here. This is hard to get to, though, because of the tourist traffic. Beautiful homes all in here, which would be on the south side of the 89A as you're going into West Sedona, and more beautiful homes north of it over here also. But now I'm going to change back, and so you can see now. So you're going west into West Sedona. Over here there's some beautiful homes, there's some gated communities. Over here is the airport. So from Airport Mesa, now realize that Airport Mesa is a little bit of a touristy area too, because it's a vortex, airport vortex. There's also the airport. It's got a good restaurant there, and there's some good hiking trails and everything. And there's homes, you know, sprinkled in and out of this area. This area here, you'll have a lot of very nice homes. A lot of these are going to be older. And then, of course, this area, lots of beautiful homes as well. So now say, let's go, anyhow, if you go up in this area, you've got some very expensive multi-million-dollar homes. Same thing if you go up to Mountain Shadows up in here. Really nice residential homes. Some will allow short-term rentals, some won't, but all of this area, now you've got Posse Grounds Park, so sometimes there's a lot of activities there. There is a community pool, I don't know if it's still open, but a lot of activity here. But again, beautiful homes up on like Soldiers Pass area. Now, as you go more towards Coffee Pot, you'll have a bunch of beautiful homes here. But now in this area, there's some places where they're old. This is like one of the first neighborhoods of Sedona, and you might have manufactured homes mixed in with your single family homes. So closer to the highway, you'll have less expensive homes. But then as you're able to go up towards the mountains over in here, you'll have some really beautiful multi-million-dollar homes here, especially if they're nestled up against the red rocks over in here. And it will be very quiet in here. I know there's a lot of tourists in Sedona, but really the tourists aren't coming out and driving through the neighborhoods. They're doing the main tourist attractions. So some of these neighborhoods still can be very, very quiet. except, say, when you're close to the 89A, right? Like over in here, back in this area, there are a bunch of townhomes. Over on Vista, Montana, say, there's more townhomes over in this area. There's also a retirement community, a 55 plus mobile home park over in here. There's a couple more this way too, but I'll get into that in a minute. So as you're driving on the 89A, there's going to be like the Whole Foods, there'll be Bashas, there'll be a bunch of resorts everywhere, the Safeway, little shops that surround those, the McDonald's, the only blue arch in the world, McDonald's right there. You'll keep going. There's a bunch of spas, resorts, and of course back in the areas there are a bunch of homes, nice homes. Now back out this way, you've got Miramonte is building a bunch of brand new townhomes, so if you're interested in something brand new, this might be an area that you'd like to go. There's a gated community out this way, the Northern Arizona Healthcare, and now you're kind of like getting out of town at this point, and then there's a big Marriott, and now you're getting close to the Red Rock Loop. So as you take the Red Rock Loop, there's the Sedona High School, the Red Rock High School, the Red Rock Junior High School, and you pass the schools, and now you're starting to get into the Red Rock Loop, where some of the homes are more rural. Again, you'll have some big, beautiful homes as you go. There's a really nice scenic lookout over here. Now you're going to start to get to some of the nice homes off the Red Rock Loop. Some beautiful views of Cathedral Rock as you're driving down into here. You'll start seeing homes on bigger lots, and you'll go through the loop. There's some newer communities that when I first moved to Sedona in 2018, they were building these communities on the creek. They were selling for like the 1.2 million at the point. They're probably like $5 million in here. Red Rock State Park, some of the nice retreats, but again, beautiful homes in here and more rural, more on acreage. If you're in some of these communities by the creek, you've got amazing creek access, but again, the risk of you being in a flood zone, having to get flood insurance is something to consider. And then the Red Rock State Loop will come back out. Nice drive though, could be a good drive. I actually have a video on the Red Rock State Loop where I just drove through it. And you can look for that if you're interested. And now we're back to the 89A. Now, if you keep going on the 89A, you're going to eventually get to, there are a couple of age-restricted 55-plus neighborhoods in this area where I think there's Sunset Village, and I can't remember the other one. One of them is a mobile home park that's age-restricted, but you own your home, and then the other is just a park where you have a very high lot fee. I think it's Sedona Shadows. Gosh, I can't believe that's escaping me. But anyhow, 2 manufactured parks here and another one towards Uptown. And then now, as you start leaving, there is a dirt road that goes way out, that there are a bunch of homes that are on multi-acreage, but they're a very primitive road to get to. You beat the heck out of your car getting out here. So if you don't mind that, if you've got a Jeep or something, you might not care, but I really don't like going out that way. And then as you continue on, you're going to get to Cornville Road, and then over here is Cottonwood and some of the other Verde Valley towns. So let me put this one last time in satellite view so you can see the terrain, the mountainous areas, all here in Sedona. But basically that's it. Now, I have not done the map video before. I had a little bit of technology issue trying to do it. So please let me know in the comments if you find this useful. My name is Dawn Dickinson. I am a realtor in Northern Arizona, and I sell primarily in Sedona, Verde Valley, and then also Flagstaff and Prescott area. So if you ever have a question, go to the description below, find my contact information, or go to my website and you can do a Zoom call, schedule that online, because I'd love to talk to you about real estate. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona, and I talk about Northern Arizona living in topics every single week. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you back here again next week.